Hello friends! What is up? Welcome back to the stream. I might have to... Is my camera too dark? I feel like it might be too dark. I might have to put up the exposure a little bit. Hello friends! Welcome to the stream. Oh, it's not too bad. I think just on my monitor over there it looks pretty dark, but anyways, hello friends. How are we? How's it going? Happy Tuesday. Kim, hello. Inside Up Games, hello. Thank you so much for joining. Who is on the other side of the account today? Who is it? Let me know. Is it Jenna? Is it someone else? Tyler? I know a few other people. I don't think it'll be Connor. Might be Connor. Merlin's Manor, hello. Welcome to the stream. Girl Snake, hello. Edmund, hello. Amanda, hello. Nat, hello. How are you? Whoa, what's all this then? Hi, cheers from Quebec. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Bonjour. Looks fine. Okay, perfect. I don't think it's too dark. Yay. That makes me happy. Jade, hello. Jenna's here and Connor is listening too. Hi, Connor. Hi, Jenna. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Hopefully your Tuesday is off to a good start. Yesterday was quite stressful, let me tell you, within Canada. My eyes were peeled to the election. But anyways, we're not going to get into it. We are here to play Earth, which, if you guys do not know, Earth is one of my favorite tableau building games. This, I believe, was in my top 50 for sure, top 30 possibly. I don't remember where it ended, but I absolutely love Earth. I've always been a huge fan of it. I last year covered the first expansion, which is the Abundance expansion. I covered this last year, and this expansion adds a little bit of new mechanisms, and then it also adds in a 5th player. And then now today I am showing off this expansion right here, which has a lot of stuff in it. It has all of the animal meeples. I'm gonna tip it and it's gonna be very loud. It's not that bad. But this is the Animal Kingdom expansion. This is the newest expansion for Earth that is currently up on Kickstarter. Huge thank you to Inside Up Games for sponsoring today's stream and allowing me to show off the new expansion. So this adds in animals, which we'll get into, and it also adds in another player. So if you do play with both the Abundance expansion as well as the Animal Kingdom expansion, then you can play up to 6 players. Actually, no, I don't think this adds another player. Does it add another player? No, because it doesn't come with a board, unless just the prototype just didn't come with a board. But let me tell you, it does come with some additional tree tops, canopies, as well as sprouts. And then it also comes with a bunch of different animals, which I think is very cool. And we're going to get right into how it plays. So let me put you guys down to here. So we have this set up. I am playing a solo game, obviously. And I'm going to be playing against the solo AI, which is called Gaia. I do think that I have streamed, I actually streamed just the base game of Earth over on Twitch when I was still over on Twitch. Oh yeah! Yeah, that's what I thought. Small correction, Abundance adds a 6th player because the base game of Earth does play 1 to 5. I do remember that. Adds a 6th player and then you can play 1 to 5 with the base game, yeah. And you can obviously play 1 to 5 with just the Animal Kingdom expansion as well. All right, so Abundant adds 6 player. Animal Kingdom can be played with 1 to 5 or up to 6 if you play with both. There we go. That is what was, I was gonna figure it out at some point. Thank you so much for letting me know that and clearing that up, Jenna. I appreciate it. Hi, Jenna. Love Earth. Your volume is a little low. Okay, let me move this closer to me. Is that better? Let me know if my volume is better now. I could turn it up if you guys would like me to. Let me turn it up a little bit. Let me know if that's better. I'm chilling with Aiden right now. Why are you chilling with Aiden? Are you like virtually chilling with Aiden, Nat? Or are you physically chilling with Aiden? Because that would mean... No. You're in Vietnam. I just read up a little bit higher. I'm waiting for my Earth game and Abundance expansion to arrive. Hopefully it'll be here in the next month or so. Nice, Jade. That's awesome. So happy about that. Still low? Let me know if it's a little bit better now. This expansion looks interesting, but not planning to back until I get Abundance from the latest campaign in Canada, hopefully soon. Nice. Jenna is in a dungeon, which is why it's so dark and quiet. Yeah, virtually. I wish I could be in Canada right now. You should come to Canada, Nat. Your soft, sensual voice adds to the low volume, LOL. I definitely don't have a soft voice, let me tell you. But anyways, friends, today we are going to be playing a solo game of Earth with the Animal Kingdom expansion. I do currently have 3 animals here. You do not play with 3 animals. Like I said, this is an expansion that adds in that you are going to be able to play with 1 to 2 animals. In an easy game, you will play with 1 animal, and then in an advanced game, you can play with 2 animals. The animals kind of have difficulties from 1 to 3 stars, and in a multiplayer game, you will kind of draft the animals. So everyone will start with 4 of those animal cards in their hand. They will take 1, so it's going to be like a closed draft. They're going to get cards, they're going to take 1, pass the remaining 3 to either your left or your right. You will then draft 1 more, and then the other 2 you will pass to your left or your right. And then you will be left with 4 cards that then you will either choose 1 or 2 animals from. And those animals are going to have corresponding meeples. For example, here we have the polar bear, and then you also have the polar bear meeple here. I am obsessed with all of these meeples. There's something about games that have very detailed animeeples in them. I just absolutely love it. And Inside Up Games have done a really, really good job with all of the animal meeples. So the AI does have animal cards as well. They don't have any use for the animal meeples because Gaia does not build up a tableau. So in the solo mode, Gaia just gets the animal cards and they don't need the meeples, but I just have the meeples out because I think they're cute. And we're just gonna place them beside their cards like this. But basically, each player is going to have their own kind of ability that they're going to be able to trigger whenever they take one of their leaves and place it out onto one of the 4 different objectives. Alternatively, you can decide if you really want to trigger off one of your animal's abilities. You can decide to like get rid of one of your leaves. That will actually give up an opportunity for you to place out a leaf because you only have enough leaves here to put out 4 onto the board here for your 4 objectives. And then also if you do finish your tableau first, you place out a leaf here. But obviously throughout the game, if you decide to discard a leaf, you're going to be giving up an opportunity to score either one of these 4 objectives or scoring the end triggers. So yes, you are giving up that leaf. In the solo mode, you are actually giving the leaf to Gaia, and Gaia is going to gain 5 victory points for every leaf that she gets. So it's this thought or decision of, do I want to give up a leaf to one, give up one of these objectives to score, and also give Gaia another 5 victory points? Yes. So that is the one thing. Also, in a multiplayer game, you are going to be playing with a global ability. So you are going to choose one random animal card and flip it over to the other side. And then every time it comes around to the first player again, so at the end of every full round of every player getting one turn, everyone's going to be able to trigger the global ability. But in the solo mode, there is no global ability. You're just looking at the personal animal cards that you have. So one thing that I wanted to do is I have 3 different animals here. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see my 3 different animals. So I have capybara, I have red panda, and I have the Canadian beaver. I definitely want to play with the capybaras. Some animals have more than 1 meeple, some animals have only 1. So the capybaras have 5 capybaras, so I definitely want to play with the capybaras, but I really want your guys' help in choosing what my other animal will be. So I'm choosing between these 2. They're both very simple. They're both a 1-star complexity, whereas the capybara is a 3-star complexity. So let me know, should I choose for my second animal the red panda, which is one of my favorite animals, along with the capybara, or should I choose the Canadian beaver because I'm Canadian? Which one should I choose? Let me know. I'm going to start shuffling some of these cards. Maxim is going to be going to simplify setup for the multiplayer mode by simply dealing 4 cards to each player to pick from rather than draft. Okay, good to know. So yes, instead, I guess you could, if you like drafting, I guess you could implement the drafting. Like, I really enjoy close drafting. So, like, I guess it's really up to your, like, your gaming group, but it's nice that the designer is gonna have, like, a more simplified mode of just, you get 4 cards and then you choose from those 4 cards. Animeeples are going to be even cuter for the final production, but the prototype Animeeples are really fun too. That's amazing that you guys are, like, making them even more awesome than they already are. I also enjoy the draft, yeah, for sure. What about the beavers? Okay, so a lot of people are saying red panda. Red panda, obviously. Red panda, duh. You'd be completely mental to not choose the red panda. But, like, Canadian beaver, though? Come on. Come on. I will say, beavers are actually a little bit scary. You need to send me that red panda meeple. Isn't it so cute? Like, how adorable is this thing? Come on. Please. Please focus. Please focus on this little guy. It's not focusing on him, but you guys can see him. He's very cute. So, okay. We are choosing the red panda. So these are my 2 animals. I have the red panda and I also have the capybara. And every time that I place out one of my objective leaves, I'm going to be able to trigger one or both of my animals if I choose. So I'll vote for the beaver. Amber, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for voting for the beaver. Sadly, I think Mr. Beaver is just not, he's not a popular one today. Cute. Do you select the animals after getting your opening hand of cards? That is a very good question. I do believe that you do not, but I could be wrong. Inside Up Games, Jenna, if you could answer that. What is the, like, order of what you do? I do believe that you do the Animal Kingdom stuff after the initial setup, which I do believe is you getting your cards and all of your resources, but I could be wrong. I also do want to quickly zoom you guys in to here so we can talk about my objectives. If you are not familiar with Earth, basically I am building up a 4x4 grid of cards, and these are going to be objectives that I am trying to achieve within that 4x4 grid of cards. So my first objective here is to have 6 or more red abilities. So we're going to be trying to get lots of red abilities. We also have this one here, which is filling in 2 columns on my island. We have this one here, which is 10 or more cards with even victory points, and 0 counts as even. And then this one here is 4 or more flora, each with 4 or more growth on them. So, okay, so it is after the initial setup. So you will have all of your resources, you will have your island card and your climate card and your objective card or your ecosystem card. So you will have all of that to go by, and then you will get your animal. You'll complete setup from the base game, such as choosing your island, climate, ecosystem cards, and choosing the fauna and ecosystem objectives on the shared board before picking your animals. Wonderful. Not familiar with Earth? I am from Mars, not Venus. You're funny, Brian. All right. So I just wanted to somewhat shuffle these cards up. And then if we look at my card here, this is my island card. This is determining, I don't know why my camera is not focusing today. This is determining my resources. So I'm going to start with 5 cards in my hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have to discard 1 to my compost. Every cards are kind of resources in this game. So every card that I place into my compost is going to be 1 victory point at the end of the game. So I have 5 cards, and then I have to discard 1 into my compost, which is still going to be 1 victory point at the end of the game, which is nice. We have lots of growth here, which is awesome. So I want even victory points, I want red abilities, and I want lots of growth on cards. I want cards that can hold 4 or more. So this one here can only hold 2, but it does have a red ability. This one's pretty good because it has an even victory point and it can hold more than 4. So I'm gonna keep that one. See, I have a lot. Yeah, maybe I'll go for these 3 because they all have red abilities. And then this one here does not go along with any. Oh, actually, please hold. I didn't see, or I didn't point out these, which is I get 3 victory points for every 2 snow icons in my tableau. And this one here is 6 victory points per row if all 4 cards are sharing 1 ability color. So that one's pretty cool. Maybe we will have a collab sometime. Terraforming Earth. Camera hates red in general, no. Could be the reason. For what? What are you referring to, Brian? Oh, that's the wrong one. Hi, everybody. There we go. Okay. So I am going to keep this one, and then I'm going to keep these 3. The only thing is this one has a snow, but I think I'm okay with that. I'm sure I can find lots of snow. We do have 2 snow here, so that's good. So I'm going to keep those 4. This one's going to get composted to here. And I will point out my personal objective here is I get 9 victory points for every 2 flora, each with a color in their name. And all of the colors are going to be italic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Which I got no colors, so that's okay. All right, and then I also start with 4 soil. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm also going to put my capybara over here with all of the meeples, and then my red panda over here. Do you guys want to know the animal abilities before I get started? Oh, focusing issue. Gotcha. That could be the case for sure. For why it's not focusing on my red panda. Okay. I will quickly let you guys know the different abilities here. So this is my capybara. It says, so I have 5 of them. Each time a capybara is activated, place a new capybara on an unoccupied bush card. It will remain there for the rest of the game. So when I place down a leaf, every time I place down a leaf, I'm going to be adding another capybara. And it's going to be on a bush, which I have to keep that in mind because I will obviously need bushes in my tableau in order to place my capybaras. And then the ability is for each capybara on your tableau, remove 1 cube from their occupied bush and get 2 growth split any way between their occupied bush card and the 8 adjacent flora. So I'm going to be, every time I'm placing a capybara, I'm going to be getting rid of 1 sprout and adding 2 growth. So it's going to allow me to get a lot of victory points with that one. And then my red panda here is, when first activated, place the red panda on a, I forget what that icon is. It's a, I think it might be a tree or a flower. I think it might be a flower. When I place a red panda on, or when I place the red panda on a flower, it will remain there for the rest of the game, so it's not going to move. And from the flower the red panda occupies, I'm going to take away 1 growth and get 3 cards into my hand. So that's that. So I'm going to need to add the red panda to a flower that allows me to like take off growth and stuff. So I should probably add it to like one of these 2. Oops, sorry, one of these 2. Okay. We got the little wood soil. Yes, I do. I seem to remember Alex saying something about red in the camera. I can't remember what though. I have a memory of a goldfish. So yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out the Animal Kingdom expansion for Earth, Nightbot will be posting every once in a while a link to the Kickstarter, so definitely go and check that out. Red Panda hangs out in a tree flora type, yes. I forgot what that icon was, but it was the tree. There's trees, there's mushrooms, there are bushes, and then there is one more type that I am forgetting. That eventually I will remember. This one. I forget what this one is. There are 5 different ones. Okay. So, to start off the game, I do start, and I'm going to choose one of these 4 things. And whatever I choose, the AI or Gaia is going to be able to get things as well. So, what am I needing at this time? I would like to get things added to my tableau, which actually I could just right away add a few things to my tableau because a lot of this stuff that I have in my hand are pretty low cost. This one's 5, which I can't afford right now, but that's okay. This one's 1, 1, and 3. So I could just right away add both of these to my tableau. So I think I might do that. So I'm gonna do the green ability here. This is going to allow me to plant 2 cards into my tableau. And then I'm going to be able to draw 4 cards, choose one, and then the other 3 are actually going to go to Gaia in their face up pile. That is going to score them victory points at the end of the game. Herbs, that's what they are. So we got trees, flowers, mushrooms, bushes, and herbs. There we go. Back to day 1, let's go. Oh, that's awesome, Kim. We also played Earth during Earth Hour by Candlelight. That's amazing. I love that so much. It was a great Earth Day. Aw, that's so cool. Okay, so I am going to plant both of these cards. They are both going to cost me 1 each, so I'm just going to spend 2. And I am just going to place these. I want reds, and I also want them to be in lines because I'm going to get 6 victory points if I can make a full line with all the same ability colors. So I think I'm just going to place them like this. Put those right up at the top for now. I can decide later to build off of that and, you know, move these anywhere, but I can't obviously move these apart if I decide to place them beside. So I'm going to place those there. And then I get to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I have to keep in mind that whatever one I decide not to take is going to go to Gaia. So they are going to get some victory points. I think this one's pretty nice. Oh, the only thing with this one is that immediately I cannot choose the yellow action. So I can just never choose the yellow action, which would not be great. This one might be pretty good. All of my bushes will cost 2 less. This is an herb. I wish that I could choose more than just one from here. This is hard because we got 2 freaking red abilities. This isn't even. I think it's between these 2. It would be really nice to have my bushes cost less. No. I'm gonna take this one. I can afford it. I don't need it. So sadly, Gaia already has 6, 7, 8, 9 victory points because all 3 of the ones that I do not choose are gonna be added to her face up scoring pile. Excuse me. And I have added the reddish corky fungus, which actually this is good that I took it because it has a color in its name. All right, so that is everything for my turn. I have done something. Gaia has gotten something. And then now we go to Gaia's turn and they are going to flip over one of their cards. This is going to determine the action that they are doing. So I'm going to be able to plant a card. Plus I get to draw 1 card, and then I get to activate all of my dark green from my tableau, which I do not have any dark green in my tableau. And then Gaia is going to draw 3 cards and add them to their face up piles. So this is a little bit unfortunate because I can't afford to plant anything right now. That sucks. No. Because I have a 3, a 5, and a 3. And I only have 2 soil. At any time, you can exchange 3 of your sprout cubes for 2 soil, but I don't have any sprouts as of yet. So I am only just going to draw 1 card. Not the best card for me, but it's okay. And then Gaia is going to draw 1, 2, and 3. And they're going to add these 3 I think you can catch up to Gaia with your capybaras and red panda. Just giving her a head start to be nice is all. Yep, exactly. Okay, so Gaia has gotten 3 more cards into her scoring pile. Thankfully, this one gives her 0 victory points, and then she gets 2 and 5, or 2 and 3. So she gets 5 in total for those 3. Those get added to her face-up pile there, and then it is right back to me, which I think... Oh, you know what I just realized? I need to remember this. This has changed things. Guys, I need to remember. My ability on my island card is that I get +2 soil for every red I planted this turn. For every red ability. So, I planted 2 red abilities. I actually should have had 1, 2, 3, 4 more soil, which then does allow me to plant a card. So, we are going back a little bit. Apologies. And I am going to... I think I'm going to plant my reddish corky fungus for 3. And because I did plant that, with the red, I get another 2 soil. Wow, what a engine I have already. I do love the solo mode for this one. Very well done. Yeah, I agree. 2 red abilities seems good. Yeah, I agree. Okay. So that was for Gaia's ability there. So it is still my turn, and I need to remember whenever I plant red, I get 2. And then this here is whenever I take the yellow ability, I get 1 soil as well. So, don't really need soil anymore. I could go for maybe cubes. I do need to make sure that before I get 6 red abilities, I need to either have a bush or a tree, which I do have 2 trees, so I can place my red panda. But as of right now, I don't have any bushes, so I can't place any of my capybaras. So actually, we should maybe pick up some cards. So I'm gonna do yellow. I'm gonna draw 4 cards and gain 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I gained 4 cards and I gained 2 growth to place onto my cards here. And I think I'm just gonna put 1 and 1. So that is everything that I get. I will also trigger my yellow ability here. So I only have 1 yellow ability, and it's that I get to place a tree top, which you guys might notice that I just have the green tops, and that's just because I'm weird like that, and I really like the green. But there is also the 3 other colors of treetops. I just like the green ones. So I am going to maybe just top that one because it only requires 1. So I have gathered 3 growth this turn and 4 cards. So Gaia, looking at Gaia here, she is going to gain 1 growth per card that I have gathered this turn. So I have gathered 4 cards this turn, so she is going to get 4 growth. Starting off here, each of these are going to be different height trees. So this one here is a 5 height tree. So she is just going to get 4 growth onto here. Once this tree is done, you just go on to the next one, and then it goes this way and down, this way, and this way. And she is going to gain victory points for growth, just as we do. And then she also gains victory points for her sprouts here as well, whenever she gets sprouts. And then Gaia, whenever she gets soil, if she ever gets 10 or more, you'll exchange 10 of them and allow her to compost 5 cards from the deck. I use the purple canopy on all my trees. See, I love how everybody has their preference on which color, because I feel like a lot of my friends do that as well. We all have our like individual colors that we tend to take, and then some people just go with all different colors, so I think it's a lot of fun. Get a soil from your personal board for yellow as well. Yes, thank you so much, John. For my yellow ability there, I get that. All right, so looking at the 4 cards that I just gained here, I got this one that would just instantly get me 5 cards. Pretty good. This one here is a event card, so I can play this at any time into my event deck, and that's going to give me some sort of exchange or something. It also tends to give you negative points because it's a really good exchange, and it's kind of like a, if I have no other choice, maybe I will use this event to get something that I really need. So this one here is that I can exchange 5 cubes to draw 1 card and compost 8 cards from the deck, which is pretty good. This one here is a mushroom. I need some bushes, people. This one's a mushroom. It says you may pay all or some of the flora's costs with composting from your hand instead of soil. And then this one here is a mushroom, a parasol mushroom. Doesn't get me any victory points. Does give me a winter or a snow icon. Aw, my friend puts green canopies on trees. He does it by flora type. That's smart. That's very smart. I love that. If you take my blue, I'll take it as a personal attack on my person. That's so funny. Okay, so I definitely don't want... I don't really want... But this one's 4. Okay, so that is everything for my turn. I've done all of my yellow. Gaia has gotten what she needs. We're going to go on to the next, which is... Oh, great. So she is... The brown ones here are going to be her objective cards. And I am, I think, going to be playing the beginner, possibly. Choose either lower fauna objective, place 1 leaf token as Gaia. So Gaia is going to place on one of these 2. And I'll just let her have this one because I feel like this will be a while until I finish this one. The 10 plus cards with an even victory point amount. And then if you are playing a beginner turn or a beginner game, you can skip Gaia's next turn. Which I feel like I'm good enough at Earth that I don't need to play that. Oh yeah, next time you play Abundance, then you'll be able to germinate the seeds to search the deck. Yes, that's like one of my favorite parts of the Abundance expansion is the fact that you can actually look through a deck and look for exactly what you want. I like that. Okay, so it is now my turn. And then I can take a second turn if I think that I won't do well in this game. If I want to do beginner mode. Okay. I feel like I shouldn't do beginner mode. I've played this game enough that Oh! Gaia actually, she does her animal abilities. So let me zoom you guys in. Where's Gaia's board? There we go. So Gaia actually does have animals, which in the Animal Kingdom expansion, Gaia does actually do these abilities. Obviously, Gaia does not build out a tableau, so we're not going to be moving anything. But you always assume for Gaia, with her animal abilities, that she is able to move the max amount if the animal ability does that. So this here, the polar bear, is move up to 1 per... leaf that they have. So if this was a player, obviously they only have 1 leaf, so they're going to move 1 spot on their tableau, and then they are going to compost 2 from your hand for each move made by the polar bear this turn. So we always assume that Gaia is able to do the max, so she's going to compost 2 from her hand, but Gaia does not have a hand of cards. So I believe we're just going to compost them from the deck. So we're just going to take 2 of those from the deck for the polar bear, place that into her compost. And then as for the Tarsier, I think that's how you pronounce it. It says move up to 4 times, which we are going to assume that Gaia can move those 4 times. And then it says place 1 cube on each flora that the tarsier moved on this turn. So we are going to simply take 4 cubes and place those so Gaia scores them. So Gaia will trigger her animals whenever she places out a leaf, just like we would on our turn. So that is that. Now back to me again. Okay, what do I need? I don't really need soil. I feel like I'm doing decent. So maybe I do the blue ability. If I do blue, Gaia is going to get 1 cube per blue ability that I have. So she's just going to get 1 cube, which I think is okay. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to get 6 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cubes. I'm going to get 2 soil. And then additionally for my 1 blue ability here, I'm going to get 1 additional cube. And then Gaia is going to get 1 cube as well. And then I will place these out. I think I'll just fill up all of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that is everything for that turn. Gaia got her cube. And I think I am going to move forward and not do the beginner. We are going to do easy mode. So easy mode, you are doing an easy game and you are not paying attention to the beginner kind of note at the bottom. So it is now back to Gaia. Oh my goodness gracious. This is not good. She got both of these very quickly. Choose either upper fauna objective and place a leaf as Gaia. So Gaia is going to place out another one of her leaf. That's not fun. Perfect fun pairing between the polar bear and the taser. I don't think anyone really knows how to pronounce that little guy's name. No. The tarsier? Tarsier. He's very cute. He's got some creepy eyes, but he's very cute. I think I am going to place this here. And then again, because she has placed out one of her leaves, we are going to trigger off her abilities again, which now she has 2 leaves out. So the polar bear would be able to move up to 2 times only on the snowflake or Arctic cards. So if you were playing this as a player, you would have to build out your tableau with a lot of those snowflake icons just so you could move your polar bear. You do have to move orthogonally or diagonally. You can't just move from card to card unless the card specifically says move to any card in your tableau. But the polar bear is specifically that you have to move adjacent orthogonally or diagonally. But as for this one, because it's Gaia, we are just going to assume she can move both of those spots. She has 2 leaves, so she is going to compost 2 cards for each move. So she is going to compost 4 cards. Things are not going well for us at the beginning of this game, but it's fine. Everything's fine. And then we are going to assume that she can move all 4 spaces with the tarsier. So we are going to add 4 cubes for her as well. All right, that is everything for her turn. Maybe I should have played beginner. Who knows? Okay, so I am going to now, I think I'm going to plant. I have 3 red abilities so far. This would make it 4 if I planted that one. Don't really love any of these. I'm getting a lot of mushrooms, which is not great. And I don't really want mushrooms, to be honest with you. I think I might do these two. If I place this one here, that will get me 6 victory points because this whole row has red abilities, which is nice. And then maybe I will place this just here. So I'm going to plant these 2 cards. It's going to cost me 4, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then because I did plant a red ability, I get 2 of those back. And then this one here just right away gets me 5 cards into my hand. I'm gonna go from the other deck, see what we have there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards into my hand. Hopefully we can get some bushes. That would be great. That's not a bush. That's not a bush. That's a bush. That's great. It's a bush. It's also 0 victory points. Only thing, it's a bush. No. It says remove 1 cube from the occupied bush. This one can't hold cubes. Dang it. Oh, that really sucks. Dang it. Oh, nice. Hello, Seth. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Board to Play. Hello, hello. Joe, how are you going? How are you doing? Hi, Jenna. I still haven't played Earth. Dude, our next board game day, we're playing Earth. Perfect time to join in. If you have BGA, that's a great way to play the game too. Although it really shines in person with the simultaneous play. I agree. I definitely need to give it a shot. Heard great things. I forgot. I am late. Hello, Victoria. How are you? Okay. So, sadly, I did not get any bushes, but I do get to get 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get to choose 1, and then I have to give 3 to Gaia. I need a bush. I need a bush that has cube spots. This is anything. It could be any of the 4, and it does have cube spots. Gives me 0 victory points, though. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna grab the swamp sprouts. And then Gaia gets 8 victory points. Ugh. You're welcome, Gaia. Okay. So I finally have a bush. That is everything for me. So we're gonna go back to Gaia. Flip over card. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to be able to either add 2 growth or draw 2 cards. And then Gaia is going to get 7 growth plus 1 growth per card I gain this turn. Great. I think I really would love to get more bushes up in here. I really would. I think I'm going to draw 2 cards. Is that bad? Maybe I shouldn't do that. I think I'm just going to get 2 growth. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to get 2 growth, and I'm just going to top off both of these. I'm playing it safe. I don't want them to have more growth. They are already get 7, which is insane. So this tree here is going to grow to 5. So that has 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I gained 7 growth. That is everything for Gaia. That is everything for me, aside from I do get to trigger my yellow abilities, which is I get 1 growth, and I also get 1 soil. Boom. Right, so that's everything for Gaia. It is back to me. So I do have this. This requires 8 soil. So maybe I should do red. Red's pretty nice because I do have a lot of red abilities here. So I'm gonna get 5 soil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna keep these off to the side because I do believe Gaia gains stuff based off of how much soil I gain this turn. So I've gained 5 so far. I get to get rid of 2 cards or compost 2 cards from my hand. Nope, not from my hand, from the deck. So we're gonna compost 2 cards from the deck to here. That is everything there. And then we're gonna go through and do all of these things. So this here, I can get rid of 1. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not going to do this because Gaia is going to get 1 card to her compost for every 2 soil that I gain. So this will just add 1 victory point for her. Maybe I will. So I gain 2 more. I gain 1 more. I gain 1 growth and 1 cube, so I get that cube back. And I gain 1 growth, which that just finishes off this one here. And then I get to compost 2 cards from my hand. So I think I'm going to compost this one here, as well as I think I will compost my... Oh, I have 2 event cards. Honestly, these event cards are kind of fine. I'll do the flash flood. I'll get rid of that. Okay, so that was everything for all of my red abilities. So now Gaia gets 2, start off, she gets 2 compost. And then for every 2 soil I got, she gets 1 more. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8. So she gets another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 into her compost deck. And then these all go into my supply. All right, pretty good. So that is everything for me. It's now back over to Gaia. We're gonna flip over her next card, which is the red ability, compost. So I'm either going to be able to get 2 soil or 2 compost from the deck. And then I get to trigger all of my red abilities again, which is awesome. And then she is going to get 8 compost from the deck, and then she's going to gain 1 soil for every 1 soil I gain this turn. I'm going to compost 2 from the deck for my first ability. And then I feel like I don't really need much soil, so I'm going to gain 1. I'm going to skip this ability, which is discarding 1 cube to get 2 soil. So I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to gain this one. I'm going to gain 1 more growth, which I don't have room for growth. I gain 1 sprout. And I also can compost 2 from my hand again. So I'm going to compost. That one has blue in the name. I'm going to compost the bee bomb, as well as flatland terrain. Okay. So that was everything for me. I only gained 1 soil, so she's only going to gain 1 soil. Haha, Gaia. No soil for you, girly pants. Okay. That is everything for Gaia's turn. It is back to me. I think I am going to plant. 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably won't plant. Maybe I'll do this one, which is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one here is the swamp sprouts. And this allows me to copy one of my blue abilities from my island. And then it's going to count as any of the types of plants or flora. So I'm going to add that here. Because this row for the ability colors is kind of screwed. So we're just going to add that there for 8. And then I am also going to plant this last one here for 1. Because this will be my 5th red ability. I just need 1 more red ability. Do I want to place that there? Or do I want to place it down here maybe? Probably have to move these up a little bit for me to fit my whole tableau. Should be good. Yeah, I think I might do that because I might grow out some more red abilities. I love the animal meeples in this expansion. Yeah, they're very cute. I don't know if you saw the red panda, Victoria. So cute. I actually... Ooh. Let me show you guys all the meeples. All the meeples are here. Look at all this. We got a deer, a rhino. We got peacock. Randomly choose one. Turkey. We got eagle. We got a snake. A snake, a slithery snake. We got I believe this is a leopard. Could be wrong. Got the ginormous elephant. The Highland cow. They're all very cute. And the nice thing is that with each game, you're only getting 1 or 2 of the animals. So it has a lot of good replayability too, so. All right, so that is everything for me. I'm planting both of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I will say that I'm also trying to get, none of these allow me to get 4 or more. I'm not doing a very good job with this sloth card, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I currently have 4 of the 10 I need for this. I have 5 of the 6 I need for this, and then the columns, I just need 3 more cards here to finish that off, so that's pretty good. So that is everything there. I also get to draw 4 cards, which let's go from the back deck here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me bushes. No bushes. Sometimes the best games are already waiting for you on your shelf of opportunity. No shame in it. Yep. I keep buying all the expansions, but still have not played the base game yet. I have owned it for over a year. Victoria, I definitely recommend playing it. Okay, So both of these are just cards that allow me to get discounts off of certain types of flora. This one here, I think I might actually take this one, because this one allows me to build up at least for the 4, so I can at least get one of the 4 I need for that. The only thing is this is gonna get, oh, maybe I should keep this one actually. This one gets 7 victory points, and it also has yellow in the name, which again, we're trying to get colors into here. I get 9 victory points for every 2 colors that I have in here, which currently I only have 1 card with color, which is reddish. This one's yellow, and then I also have another one in my hand that is blue. So maybe I just don't even care about this objective, and I just go for that. Because this only gives me 1 victory point. These give 2, 4, 5 victory points to Gaia. Not bad. Okay, that is everything for me. We're gonna go to Gaia, which I believe this is her last card in her deck. We are going to be going through Gaia's deck twice, so we are almost halfway, or we're hitting the halfway point now. So this is the water card, and I'm going to be able to choose 2 cubes or 2 soil, and then activate all of my blues. And then she gets 7 cubes and 1 cube for every blue ability that I have. So she's gonna get 10. She's gonna get 10 cubes? Are you kidding me? Okay. All right. What do I need? Do I need cubes? If I do cubes, that'll be... No, I actually need soil. I think I'm gonna grab 2 soil. And then we're going to activate all 3 of my blue abilities. This one is going to get me 1 cube. This one is going to allow me to discard 2 cards from my compost to get 3 soil. I think I might do that. 1, 2. They're going to go here to get 3 soil. 1, 2, and 3. And then this one here allows me to copy one of my other abilities, other blue abilities, and I'm just gonna get 1 more cube. There we go. I desperately need, I think I'm gonna do this before I jump to my turn. I do need to give Gaia her 7, 8, 9, 10 cubes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 cubes for Gaia. And then because we are all the way through her deck, we're gonna shuffle these up. And you go through her deck of 6 cards twice. So in the solo game, you only have 12 turns, which is quite crazy. I wonder how many, whoopsie, on average, how many turns people take in a multiplayer game before the game end triggers. Jenna, do you know approximately like how many turns or how many rounds people take in Earth to play in a multiplayer game? I feel like it's probably, maybe it's not more than 12. Like it obviously takes longer because you're playing with more players. I guess if you play a 2-player game, it'll be the same. Maybe it depends on player count in a multiplayer game. All right. Jenna talking to herself again. It is so weird, like, talking to someone that has the same name as you. But I've never asked our team to pull that info from the BGA stats. Yeah, I wonder, like, how many... Because in a solo game, you're taking 12 turns. In a multiplayer game, I guess, like I said, it depends on player count because it is simultaneous. So you're taking, or you're doing actions on every single player's turn. But I guess it's the same with this. technically I'm taking 24 turns because I'm getting to do stuff on my turn. I'm also getting to do stuff on Gaia's turn. So technically I'm taking 24 turns, but it's 24 or 12 rounds. Who knows? I'm interested to know how many rounds a game is typically. All right. So it is back to me. Like I said, I think I need more cards. Because I need to get one more red ability. And then I'm going to be able to place both of my animals. So, shall we go to yellow? Yes. And then we're going to draw 4 cards. Please, please, please give me a red ability in here. So that's that. I get 2 growth. So we'll do 1, 2. And then I have 1 yellow ability here, which is 1 additional growth. So we're going to place that on top there. And let's see if I got my red ability that I needed. We did get a multicolored one. Oh, and we also got this one here. Ooh, this one's good. This is really good. And I get to keep all of this, so awesome sauce. Yay. All right, that makes me happy. We got what we needed. I got my growth here. I did my 1 yellow ability, and then Gaia is going to get 1 growth per card that I got this turn, which is 4. So she is going to do 1, 2, and then she's going to do 3 and 4. There we go. Okay, back to Gaia. I friggin' swear if this is a brown, I'm going to be so mad. Okay, good. So she has her yellow ability, which is that I can either get 2 growth or 2 cards and then activate my yellow. And then she's going to get 7 growth plus 1 growth per card that I get this turn. I think I am just going to get growth this turn. Do I have enough space for the growth that I need? Or growth that I'm getting? So I'm only going to be able to do 2 here. And then my ability gives me 1 more growth, but that doesn't matter. It's fine. So I'm going to get 2 growth. I'm going to miss out on 1 growth because I don't have any more space for it. But that's fine. And then she's going to get 7 growth plus 1 per card that I got this turn. I didn't get any cards, so she is just going to get 7. So we're going to go down to here. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If this is going to be a brown, if this is a brown, I'm going to be so mad. Same thing I say when I go for a quick picture night. Oh my god, Nat. I swear if this is a brown. Gross. Okay, anyways. That is everything for Gaia's turn. So it is back to me. I am planting for sure. I'm going to plant one of these 2, which I think, do I have enough to do this one? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can plant this one here. And then I have 1 left. Is there any cards that I can plant for 1? I have this one here, which is a mushroom. That unfortunately is the only thing that I can, unless I discard 3 cubes to get 2 more soil. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to discard 3 cubes to get 2 soil because I want to make the most out of... Oh, you know what I just realized? I didn't get this, so I actually have 1 additional soil because I didn't get my red or my yellow ability here. Oh, and I also do... Okay, so maybe I don't discard my cubes because those are 3 victory points right there. I'm going to not discard my cubes for 2 soil because for every red card that I plant, I get 2 more soil, but I don't think I get that until the end of my turn. So I don't believe that I can plant a card, pay for it, get soil from this, and then plant another card. Because it is 2 soil per red you planted this turn. Because I think you have to plant first, and then you activate the green abilities. So, I do still have 2. So I could plant this one for 2. So I think I'm going to do that. Plant this one here for 2. So I'm spending all of my soil. Okay. So I got both of those. I get 2 per red. 1, 2. I'm not 100% sure if this counts for multicolor. I don't think it does. Speaking of naturey games, I'm so sad about Hike It. I was super excited for that game after I saw your video, and the designer has failed to get her done, I guess. I know. That whole situation makes me a little bit mad. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of my first previews that I did on my channel way back in 2022, and I was so excited about that game. It was a fantastic game. I never talked to the one designer, but I talked to the other one that he was actually a cartographer, and he seemed really passionate about the game, and I think he still is. It's just the other creator, unfortunately, has been doing not so well with the campaign. And I don't know if it's ever gonna fulfill, which makes me really sad because it's a good game. Correct action first, then triggering matching color abilities, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. And I do believe that is only main things, Jenna. Correct? It doesn't get me, because I planted this one, which is a multicolored. Would it give me 2 soil for that as well? I don't know. I'm going to say no to make it more difficult on myself, but it could include the multicolored cards. So that is everything for me. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7, if it includes the multicolors. But I do have 6, not including the multicolored still. So I get this guy right here. And now we can trigger the animals. Yay! Only blue, red, yellow for multicolored. Okay. Okay, so I get to add my red panda. When first activated, place the red panda on a tree. It will remain there for the rest of the game. Which tree do we want the red panda to be on? Because it says, from the tree the red panda occupies, -1 growth to get 3 cards into my hand. You know what I just realized? None of my, whatever they're called, bushes have cubes on them right now. So my first capybara placement is not going to be great. Okay, so I think I'm going to place it onto this tree here. My red panda is going to hang out on the dragon blood. Okay. And I can minus 1 growth from there in order to gain 3 cards into my hand. So I'm going to gain 1, 2, 3. 3 cards into my hand for my red panda. And then each time a capybara is activated, place a new capybara on an unoccupied bush. It will remain there for the rest of the game. For each capybara on your tableau, remove 1 cube from the occupied bush and gain 2 growth, split between their occupied bush and the 8th round. So I need to place it on a bush that has cubes or can have cubes and have a lot of growth around it. So I think I'm going to place it onto this bush, or I'll place it onto this bush. The first capybara will go onto this bush, which is the spider tresses. And then I can place them onto these later. And it's going to be for every capybara. So this capybara, even though it's not doing anything now, it'll be able to add to the amount that I'll be able to do later when I add more capybaras. Yay. Okay. That is everything for that. My first capybara, pointless, but only for a little bit. All right. Oh, you know what I should have done? Instead of placing this here, I should have placed it in one of these 2 spots, but I think that's okay. Because this still adds to my 4 cards share 1 ability color. Okay. Yes, I just received mine too. Nice. Ooh, holy manoli. I have a lot of cards in my hand. I'm getting overwhelmed. Okay, so that's everything for me activating my abilities. I planted 2 cards, and I still do have to do this here, which is I get 4 cards, and then I have to choose 1. And the rest go to Gaia. Great. Okay. I think I will let Gaia have this one because it's 0 victory points, 0 victory points. And then both of these here, this is 7 victory points, and this one here is 4 victory points. So I think I will keep this one, which is a, oh shoot, this one has a color in the name. No. Is it worth it? Probably not. Okay, I think I'm going to give Gaia these 3. So she's only going to get 4 victory points. And then I'm going to keep the panther cap. I don't know if that's a good idea. All right. That's everything for my turn. So we're going to go over to Gaia. No. So choose either lower fauna objective. Place 1 leaf token as Gaia. So I can either choose one of these. No, I have to choose that one because I don't think she can have 2 in the same spot. So she's going to place that there, sadly. She has 3 of the 4. And because she did that, she is going to activate her animals. So the polar bear, for every leaf, which she now has 3, she's going to gain 2 cards from the compost. So she's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into her compost pile. This is not good. And then for this one here, move up to 4 times and then add 1 cube onto each. So she's going to gain 4 cubes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yuck. Okay. So now I only have 2. It is back to me. I can't do any planting of anything as of right now. I think I'm going to do red. She is going to get some cards to her compost. Because how close am I to getting any of these? This one I'm pretty close. I just need to add 2 more cards here. This one, how many of the 10 do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just need to do 7, 8, and then another 2 odds. Okay. And this one here is with 4 growth. I don't think I have any. This one is just not happening. The sloth is not happening. Okay, so let me figure out which ones here I want to use for this, because I need them to be odd number. So this one can probably go here at the end. Let me just flip it over so I know that I'm actually not planting it. I need even numbers, even numbers. So both of these are even. Odd, odd. That's odd. That's odd. This is even. That's odd. Even. Okay. So these are my options for what I can plant. Unless I get more cards, but I don't really want to. Okay. So I have options. I need 4 of these 5 to be placed down. So I really just need soil. So I think I am going to do this. I'm going to do red. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to keep them over here because the guy is going to get stuff based off of how many soil I gain. I'm going to get 2 cards into my compost pile. And then I get to trigger all of my red abilities. So this one here is -1 cube, which I am going to do. I know Guy is going to get a lot of points, but it's fine. To get 2 more, I get 1 more. This is, I get 1 growth. So I'll do 1 and 1 cube. Place that cube back. I get to get rid of 2 cards from my hand. I'm going to discard both of these event cards. And then this one here, I can discard 1 card from my compost in order to gain 1 additional growth. And then I can copy one of my red abilities. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I just copy this one and I compost 2 more from my hand. I think I will just discard 2 more. Boom. Okay. So that is everything for my reds. Gaia is going to get 2 compost plus 1 for every 2 soil that I gain. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8. So she is going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 plus, did I already add 2? I think I did already add 2. So then we just have 4 more for, wow. Her compost stack is getting to be very, very high. Shouldn't you add the cube to the capybara card? No. So there are going to be specific animals that give you endgame stuff, but those cards will have a square at the bottom with a spot for you to place the cubes. So for example, I believe like the elephant is an endgame animal, but the capybara is one that is just exchanging resources. There are a few different types of animals and the different abilities that they'll give you, but the capybara is one that just allows you to exchange things. So yes. Okay, so I have lots of soil to now spend. So most likely on my next turn, I will do the green ability. Okay, it is now Gaia. She's going to do the water action. So I can either get 2 cubes, 2 soil, and then she is going to gain lots of cubes for all of my blue actions. So I am going to do, I don't think I need any more soil, but let me just check. I have 10 soil right now. And these all here. I desperately actually need to place one of these 2 by the end of the game, because I currently have 1 color card, and in order for me to get 9 victory points for my personal, I need 2. So I need to plant one of these 2, which it might be better if I do this one. So this one I will put at the top of my hand just to remind myself. But as for my next turn, I will most likely I could do that one. That gives me 2 victory points, 2 victory points, 0, 0. This gives me 6 victory points. So maybe I do take the... I'm going to take the soil. And then I get to activate all of my blues, which this one gives me 1 cube. This one allows me to discard 2. Do I want to do that? Not really. I think I'm going to skip that ability. This allows me to copy one of my other abilities, so I'm just going to get another cube. And then this one here, I can discard 1 from my compost, which I will do, in order to add 1 growth. And I will place that here. Excuse me. Okay. That is everything for what I need to do. And then Gaia is going to get a bunch of cubes. So she's going to get 7, 8, 9, 10. And I think 11. Dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I actually don't think Gaia gets 4 multicolors. I think it is just blue abilities of mine. Because I do believe that if it did include the multicolor, it would display it like this. So I think it's just blue. So I don't think she gets a cube for this one here. So she just got 3 additional, so she got a total of 10. All right. I don't know how I'm doing in this game so far. But we are going to do this here. I am going to plant 2 cards. I am going to plant this one down here. This will add in another snowflake icon. It will also add in yellow to my tableau. So I have yellow and reddish. So I do get 9 victory points. This also gives me 7 victory points, which is nice. So it costs 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, oh shoot. So that does give me 7 victory points, so it's not an even. Maybe should I wait? Maybe I shouldn't do that one quite yet. take that back for now, but I do need to make sure that I plant this before the end of the game. 100%. How many turns do I have left? We'll see. Okay. I am nervous. I need to plant 2 odds. Or not odds, evens. You've got a capybara and a red panda, so no matter what the final point tallies are, you're a winner. I agree. I agree, Jenna. I have both the cutest animals in the game, so I win. Yellow to my tableau. You're a poet. And you didn't even know it. Heck yeah. Snoice. Heck yeah, baby. Okay, so I actually think I will do this one then. This one gives me 6 victory points. It also adds in a snowflake icon. This one costs me 5 soil. And then I will just plant the cheapest one here, which is this one, which is 1 soil. And this also is 2 victory points. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I still need 2 more. Oh my goodness. Why did I think that I was completing it now? I don't know how this is gonna go. I really don't. Okay, so I will be able to plant 1 at some point because Gaia still has their plant card. And then I will have to do another plant action in order to plant what I need from here. Oh gosh, I don't think I'm going to be able to get all this done. We will see. But I did, before I move on to doing all of my, actually I don't have any dark green. But let me quickly do this first, and then I have finished this one, which is fill in 2 columns. So we'll be able to do some stuff with some animals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I get to keep 1, and I give the rest to Gaia, which Gaia, you can have that. 0 victory points. 0 victory points. I will keep this one, and unfortunately events are actually positive for Gaia, so she's gonna get 2 victory points for that, but that is okay. Give her those. This here is a milk cap, and it is a 2 victory point one, so I'll be able to plant that for a pretty cheap price. Let me quickly check if I gave her any. Oh, apparently cherry. I could have gotten that one. Maybe that would actually be better for me to take. Ooh. I don't know. Because instead of me spending, how much was that other one? 6 victory points? Oh, but this gets me, or 6 soil, gets me 7 victory points though. That's pretty nice. Oopsie, that's not mine. Okay, I'll let her have it. Whatever, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so I've done that. I've given her my 3 discards. I can now add my leaf to here because I did complete my 2 columns, and then I get to activate my animals. So from here, from the tree that the red panda occupies, -1 growth in order to gain 3 cards into my hand. 1, 2, 3. What did I get? We got the penny bun. This is my favorite card in the game because it's called the penny bun. It's a penny bun mushroom. Cute. Okay. So that was for my red panda. And then I get to add a capybara to, I'm gonna add it here to a tree. Okay. And then for each capybara on your tableau, remove 1 cube. Shoot! Why don't I have any cubes? No! This is not good. This is not good at all. I'm gonna have to add cubes. No! I've messed up my capybaras, guys. These animals take a lot of like prep and thought of like where you're placing them, what you need for that card. Because it says remove 1 cube from their occupied bush to gain 2. Split any way between the occupied and any of the surrounding things. Dang it! So maybe I put this here. I'm gonna put it there. Because then I'm gonna place here and I'll be able to add stuff. Okay, I just need to make sure I put cubes onto this one. Okay? Remind me. No good, no nose. Plenty of cubes up in the tray there. What do you mean you don't have cubes? No cubes. None at all. Dang it. Okay. My capybaras have been pointless this entire game, but they're cute, so that's all that matters. Okay, as for, please hold, I did plant 1 red ability this turn, so I do gain 2 soil. All right, that is everything. Now back to Gaia. They're probably gonna do their... Ooh, okay. So they're doing plant. So I can plant 1 card. Oh, goodness. What do I want to plant? I got my penny bun. I could plant my penny bun. So I need to make sure this gets planted for sure. My yellow morale for 6. So if I do that now, and then for my other turn, I could plant the penny bun and the milk cap. That would cost me 2 soil, and that would get me the 2 last things I needed to complete this one. So I think that's actually what I'm going to do. So I'm going to spend 6 soil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To add this to my tableau, we are going to add it here. And this gives me the 2nd color that I needed to score this. All right. So that is everything for my 1 plant. And then I get to draw 1 card. Boom. It is a bush. The, like, 2nd bush I've gotten this game. Okay. That is everything. I activate any of my greens. I don't have any greens. I didn't plant any red. So that is me. The AI draws 3 cards and she adds them to her face-up scoring. So let's hope none of these are high scoring. A 4, an 8, and a 3. Great. It's a lot of victory points. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So that is everything for the AI. The only one that I'm now scoring is this one. She cannot place any more on the bottom 2. The next brown card that she flips over is going to allow her to get one there. And I am definitely not going to be able to finish my tableau. Basically what happens if the game will end if I fill out my tableau first. If I do that, then I actually get the 7 victory points here. If she finishes her deck of cards, before I finish my tableau, she will get the 7 victory points. So maybe I need to try 1, 2, and 1, 2. It's not happening. It's not happening. That's for sure. I am going to do the plant action again. I will say that. And I am going to plant both of these cards. I'm going to plant the milk cap and the penny bun. Each of them are 1 soil each. So 1, 2. No, Jenna, don't do it. You need to do things first. I need stinking cubes on things. So I actually need to do the blue action first. Are any of my blue actions giving me... No. None of the blue actions give me any growth, which sucks. It minuses growth. Oh, it does give me growth here. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm doing blue. I'm going to get 6 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're putting 2 onto where my 3rd capybara is getting placed. We're going to place... I guess it doesn't really matter the other spots that I go, so I'm just going to place the last 4 here. All right. And then I get 2 soil. And then I get to activate my blues. 1 more cube. I'll just place it on this capybara spot, just so he has a little sprout. And then I could discard 2. Do I have any even victory point cards that'll get me? Oh, this one's 9. That's pretty good. Oops, sorry. I don't think I can afford that, though. 0 victory points. Yeah, because the penny bun will give me 0 victory points. This will give me 2 victory points, but in order to be able to afford it, I'm going to have to discard 2 from here, which is just discarding 2 victory points. That's 3, 7, and 1. Okay. So there, it's kind of pointless for me to get any more soil because I don't have any cards that I can afford. Even with those 3 additional, that'll make sense. I don't want to do that. Copy 1, so I'm just going to get 1 more cube. And then lastly here, I can get rid of 1. To get 1 growth, I'm going to add that to where my red panda is. I swear capybara are the inspiration of Roos in Princess Bride. I actually have never seen Princess Bride. Isn't that crazy? You got it right both times. For what? What are you guys talking about up here? Aren't capybaras really large and heavy? Yes, they are the largest rodent, I think. They're giant rats the size of dogs. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. Okay, so that is everything for me. As for Gaia, she just gets cubes equal to how many blue actions I have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. She gets 4 cubes. She's got a lot of points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that is everything for me. So it is back to Gaia. She is either going to do the red action or her last brown. Okay. Oopsie. So she is doing compost. So I can either get two soil or compost 2 cards from the deck. I'm going to compost 2 cards from the deck. My compost pile is not as big as hers, and I need it to be. And then I'm going to activate all of my red. So this is -1 cube to get 2 soil. Don't need it. This is gain 1 soil. This is 1 growth and 1 cube. Definitely going to do that. Ooh. I'm going to do a growth on this one, because that's just 3 victory points. Nice. Okay. And then 2 from my hand. We'll do 2 compost from my hand. I think I will do that. I'm going to get rid of one of my composts to get 1 growth here. Nah, I'm gonna get 1 growth here. Okay, that's 2 victory points. And then that was this one. I get to copy one of my red abilities. I think I'm just gonna do this one again, which gives me another growth and another cube. And where do I want this growth to go? Here. Okay. Can -2 growths to get 4 soil. No thank you. And then 3 compost from my hand. 1, 2, 3. Into my compost pile. And that is everything. So Gaia gets 8 cards into her compost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's wild. And she gets 1 soil for every soil I gained. So she just gets 1 soil. All right. Okay. Rodents of unusual size. Only thing I know about capybaras is that they like to chill in hot springs with mandarins on their heads. Yeah, that's so cute. I almost bought off of Amazon. They have these capybara lights that also have the little mandarins on their heads, and I almost bought a capybara light for my office, which, to be honest with you, I might still get it because it's so freaking cute. All right, so that is everything for Gaia's turn. So it is now going to be, I believe, my last turn, because Gaia is going to play this card here, and then that will be the end of the game because I was the first player. So I am definitely playing some cards, and I'm going to play both of these here. Would it have made sense for me to not get rid of this card? No, I couldn't have afforded that. I'm like, I should have kept one that actually gave me victory points, but I can't afford any of them. So I'm going to play both of these. Each of them require 1 soil. This one I'm going to place here, because this will get me a red ability in every spot. And then this one I will just play here. And that has successfully gotten me 10 cards with even numbers. 0 counts as even. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! So we are now placing here. All right. And then I get to trigger my animals again. So capybara, I am placing on a spot that has a freaking cube this time. This capybara is the only one that gets to do stuff. And then from the bush that they are on, you discard 1 cube to add 2 growth to either the spot that it's occupied on or any of the surrounding spots, and you can split them up as you'd like. So I am just going to place both of the growths on this one here below it, like that. And then as for my red panda here, it says from the tree that it is in, I can get rid of one. Ooh. I can get rid of one growth to get 3 cards into my hand, which I think is kind of pointless at this time, right? Because cards in your hand don't mean anything unless you compost them, or if you have like a special terrain card. Which, speaking of terrain cards, I did not get a single terrain card in my tableau. Well, I have one, but it doesn't have any endgame scoring. Typically, I focus a lot on endgame scoring within my tableau, but I did not do any of that this round, or this game. I feel like I focused a lot on these specifically, as well as my own objective, so hopefully I get a lot of victory points from that. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to get rid of this, because this is 1 victory point for me, and having 3 more cards in my hand is not going to do me any good. So sadly, my red panda is kind of pointless. All right. And then also, I planted both of these. This one is red, so I do get 2 soil to here. And then I draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the crappy part, is that I'm just giving the AI some victory points. But I will try to give her the least amount of victory points. I will discard these 3. Because either way, she's going to get 4 victory points. So these 3 go into her face up. This goes into mine. And then it is Gaia's last turn. She's going to flip over her last scoring card here and choose either upper, and then she's going to place this here. And that is everything, because I took the first turn, she's the second turn. She has gone through her whole deck, so she has triggered the end of the game. She actually gets to place her leaf onto the 7, which really sucks. And I do not have a full tableau. All right, so that is everything. We are going to get out the scoring pad. I don't know how well I've done here, but we will see. Jenna and Gaia. Okay, so I'm going to count up all of my victory points here for my cards, which a lot of my cards are 0 victory points. Ooh, that's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 4, 9. Plus 7, 16. 18. 20. 26. 28. I've definitely done better. Okay, now as for Gaia, we're going to count up all of her face-up cards here. So she has 2, 4, 8, 16, 19, 21, 25, 27, 29, 30, 34, 38, 43, 45, 46, 52. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get killed. Oh no. This is not good. I do not have any event cards. Gaia does not either, because they're just counted within here. This is compost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 for my compost. Not good. And then Gaia has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 30. 31, 32. So she has 32. Oh boy. Okay. Now cubes, I have 2, 4, 10, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21. And then she has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 37. I'm getting killed. I'm getting killed for sure. Holy manoli. Okay, now I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 18, 21, 25, 26, 28. Decent. And then Gaia has 25, 32, 33, 34. You were teaching while you played, so I think that counts as at least 50 points. Yeah, I agree. Usually, if you're the teacher, you shouldn't win. And I was the teacher, so... Okay, as for landscape or terrain cards, I literally didn't get anything. Gaia does not get anything either. And then moving into the objectives. So, specifically this one, and this one, which I only score for. So hopefully I can make up for some of the stuff here that she got that I did not. So for my specific objective here, like I said, I believe I've only gotten 2. Yes. So 9 victory points for my personal objective. I have 2 rows with all the same color. So I got 12. I don't think this is enough. And then 3 victory points for every 2 snowflakes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 10. 10 for every 2. Math. I have 10. Technically 11, but round down. So I have 10. 3 victory points for every 2. So 5. 5 times 3, 15. Not as good as I thought. Okay. Gaia does not get any of those, but she does get quite a bit here. I definitely lost 100%. Okay, so I got 15 plus 11, 26 plus 11, 37. And Gaia has 45, 56, 63, 63. I definitely should have played this on beginner. I definitely should have, because basically when it comes to these cards here, if you do beginner, Gaia skips their next turn. So after she flips over both of these brown cards, you actually get to take 2 turns, which gives you a little bit of a chance to catch up. Oof. That's very unfortunate. I also do believe that I might have forgotten to do... I totally did. I forgot to do her animal abilities when she placed her 4th leaf. And then I do believe that if she places this leaf as well, she gets to trigger it again. Ugh. Would have been great if you were able to pair the polar bear with the scoring objective. Yeah. See, the crappy thing is that I picked the animals before the objectives came out. And I probably should have picked the animals after the objectives came out, because technically you're not supposed to pick the animals, but I chose to pick the animals. But in the actual game, like Jenna said at the beginning of the game, you are going to pick your animal out of the 4 that you were dealt, or your 2 animals, based off of what you see. So you already have the information of your 3 cards on your board, all of the objectives. So if the polar bear was one of my options and I saw that this objective here of the 3 victory points for every 2 snowflake icons or Arctic icons, I would have probably chose the polar bear. Aw, hello, Brothers Murph. How are you? How's it going? I totally got destroyed by Gaia, but it's fine. Everything's fine. I enjoyed my time. Let's actually see how much she destroyed me. I'm very interested to know. I think when I played this on stream on Twitch with just the base game, I think I also forgot about the whole beginner thing and didn't skip Gaia's next turn. And I also, at the end of that, got destroyed and was like, I should have done beginner. So I probably should have, right away, said, girl, you need to do beginner. You're not good at board games. So I got 28 plus 16 plus 21 plus 28 plus 9 plus 12 plus 15 plus 37. That is not a good game of Earth. I'm typically in the 200s, and I got 166. Oof. Then Gaia got 52 plus 32 plus 37 plus 34 plus 63. Oh my gosh. 218. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for coming to my stream. The board game garden is no more. It has died. They have discovered that the owner of the garden is actually not good at gardening, aka not good at board games. All right, friends, that is going to be everything for today's stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing how exactly the Animal Kingdom expansion works for the base game of Earth. You can, like Jenna said earlier in the stream, you can actually play the Animal Kingdom expansion with the Abundance expansion, and I do think that those would go really well hand in hand, specifically with the Germinate kind of thing that was added with Abundance, that allows you to actually use the seeds in order to find exactly what you need, because I found that part of the Abundance expansion so helpful when it came to trying to find specific cards that you need, because I found a lot of the times when I was playing this game, I was just trying to find cards that I needed in order to best score for these objectives, and to have cards to be able to place my animals onto. That's another thing that you're really thinking about when it comes to the expansion, is I need to get the cards for my animals into my tableau before I trigger my first objective on the board. So yeah, very interesting, adds even more thought to the game, which I love. And yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. We had fun. That's what matters most. Exactly. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out, Jenna. I appreciate it. Also, Connor, if you're still listening in the background, thanks. Miss you. But yes, that was a lot of fun. Board Game Garden is now the Board Game Desert, literally dried up. No more. There's tumbleweeds in this garden. Thank you for playing, Jenna. Thank you so much, Jenna. Appreciate it. It's so weird doing that. Saying thank you to Jenna. Other Jenna. The board game planters I put on the balcony and neglected. Yep. That's me. I have, I think, 3 plants in my house, and all 3 of them are dying. So joke's on you guys. I called my channel the Board Game Garden, but I'm actually really trash at gardening, so all of our gardens outside are dead. Granted, it is just going into spring now, so I need to take some time. Maybe this coming weekend I'll take some time and I'll do some gardening. Fix up my gardens, get better at that. And maybe that'll make me better at being the Board Game Garden and being good at board games. Anyways, friends, thank you all so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to go and check out the Earth Animal expansion, Animal Kingdom expansion over on Kickstarter. Huge thank you to Inside Up Games for sponsoring the stream. I appreciate it very, very much. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. I'm gonna go and do some filming. Board games are made worse with watering, so it works. Yeah. Yes. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day. You too, Nat. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was nice seeing your name in the chat. Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, friends, I'll see you guys in another stream. I might actually do another stream this Thursday if I have time to. I do have a game day tomorrow, but if I have time on Thursday, I might do a live stream. We will see. It depends on, because I do need to get some filming done this week. So anyways, I might see you guys on Thursday. I might not. Appreciate you guys very much. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your week and a good rest of your Tuesday. And I will see you in a later video or stream. Bye, friends.